God damn.
Man. Man. Wow. Well, what is going on, everybody? And he's back.
I'm back. I'm sorry.
He's
I gotta do something. I gotta get more light on the right side.
He is back, man. He is back. Sir K is back, joining us again, as always, for NHP Unscripted, man. This is episode 220 of Unscripted. And with that, man, how is everybody doing here on your fine Monday night? Following Monday Night Raw, man. As if this is your first time watching, you guys do not know how the show works. Every Monday, we are on here after Monday Night Raw with Unscripted. Every Friday at 4 p.m. Central, we are on here with the news. And for the pay-per-views for both WWE and AEW, we are live directly after the show goes off the air with the official post-show review, man. If you guys did miss the weekend's worth of shows, that is, WWE announces the ID program. Rhea Ripley injured, releases live, broke live as we were doing the stream live, and the Crown Jewel predictions as episode 238, as well as Saturday afternoons edition of the WWE Crown Jewel post-show review, man. You guys can now watch both of those live on all platforms. That is Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and if you want to see it first, join us right here live every, like I said, Friday at 4 p.m. Central, and with after the pay-per-views for both WWE and AEW with the official post-show review, man. Also, if you guys have not got a chance to get your hands on some of the official NHP merchandise, you guys can now find this beautiful piece of merchandise live on the merch shop. That is bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video, where you can get the brand new piece of NHP merchandise to commemorate the rebrand of the podcast, man, with the next chapter design. Again, available on bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video, man. Also, if you guys have not got a chance to get your, if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know who we are here at NHP, I am Johnny, one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here. How the hell are you, bro?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. A weight is lifted off the chest, man. I've been good, man. It was a good weekend. And it's gonna be a good week, man. And it's gonna be November's looking really good this year. It is good pay-per-views back to back. Well, pay-per-views back to back. A lot of stuff. Birthday weekends, birthday events. So that's gonna be real nice. This November's looking real good. So I'm excited, man. It's gonna be a good ass month, and next month too. Got Christmas, man. I can't wait. So the next 2 months should be real.
Hold on. So you want to fucking press me and remind me about my fucking birthday every month, but you're gonna go over your fucking birthday like Christmas isn't before that?
It's good.
Or your birthday isn't before Christmas, I mean? Okay, it's good. I'm gonna remember that.
Yeah, good.
I'm gonna remember
Okay.
that.
Okay, cool. Good. It's just good. But yeah, man. No, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Well, about to have the second worst part of my week in a few minutes when we talk about good old Fright Night. But
that was a
other than
scary
that,
fucking night, I'll tell you that.
fucking A, I was scared of my life. But man, I'm doing good. Like Durante always asks, how's life? How's the family? Life's doing good. Life's good.
Yeah, he is.
Family's good. I don't think so. But everything's good. Family's great. How's everyone doing in the live chat, in the replay? And what about you guys, man? Or what about you, bro?
I'm doing good. Well, I appreciate the early birthday wishes, naysayers, but I do got 2 more weeks. Actually, I do have a free excuse, and this is why, honestly, this is one of the reasons why I'm most excited for my birthday. I have a free excuse to fucking miss Dynamite that night. I got to catch the replay to talk about it that Monday on Unscripted, but watching it live, I have a fucking free excuse to miss Dynamite, man. But I got a little bit longer. But my man, I appreciate the early birthday wishes, man. But yes, I fall on the 13th, and this guy has been reminding me for the past 2 months.
Yeah, right.
But No, man, it seems like it's it's a nice windy night here in Chicago, man. It seems like the a weight has been lifted off of the nation, um, if you may. But yeah, dude, it's uh doing good, bro. I'm doing good, man. And as Durante always asks, I'm good. Family's good. What about you, Durante? Logan, Bell, naysayers? How the hell are you guys? And thank you guys all for being here, whether you guys are here now or part of the Replay Mafia. My guys, JT and JB, thank you guys as always for joining us for another edition of Unscripted, man. But yeah, man, definitely getting into an interesting month for sure. Very busy month at that. It's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
busy. Got a lot going on. As November usually always is with pay-per-views and whatnot. But yeah, man.
Birthday.
So so yeah, bro. But yes, doing good. So before we get on to Fright Night Dynamite, yes, we are Chicago guys. We are Chicago guys, man. Born and raised. Born and raised.
Truly. I got the Chicago flag on the other corner of the wall. The camera cuts it off, but yeah.
Yes, I used to have one, but I used to have one, but it is away in storage. It is away in
Mm.
storage. I actually didn't need a new one because it's so old.
Oh, it's
The
yellow.
yellow, the white on it is sort of like got like a little like tainted yellow. Um,
Oh yeah.
but Chicago flags are always very cheap, especially here. You could go to like a
Oh
you could go to a mall and go to any Chicago sports store, and usually the first fucking thing you see to your left is a bin of Chicago flags for like $5. So
yeah.
they're very
Mm-hmm.
nice to have, and it's definitely yes, we are Chicago guys. Yes, that
We are.
yeah, that is yeah, that is definitely well. Oh yeah, I don't think you were here for the old graphics. I was gonna say all of the old graphics were basically we used to have the Chicago stars all around and all that kind of stuff. Now we have it in the main logo. The
Mm-hmm.
eyes are Chicago flags. If you didn't know that, so um, but yeah, man. Um, so oh, manager Lift Busters here.
I was gonna say the goat instigator is
The
here.
culprits here. Manager Logan
Logan,
is in the house.
the goat. What's up, man? How you doing?
Logan's initials minus the middle one, LN. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. All right. Anyways, enough fucking around, man. What we were here to address, and we're gonna bring it up on Friday as well, just because I know we do have more people typically that do tune into the Friday show, but we did want to put out there, engage interest. I'm probably gonna put a poll up sometime this week or through the weekend just to see what you guys think. Notorious Heels, okay? Uh,
Mhm.
we are not just the Notorious Heels podcast. That is obviously the main dish, but one of the side dishes is Notorious Heels Gaming.
Mhm.
Okay, um, it's been a while. Okay, we
Yeah.
genuinely and I want to personally apologize to my guy JT. I know he was very excited about it, but my brother, I just really hope you understand how truly horrific AEW Fight Forever was, to the point where that shit was just, it genuinely was not worth streaming another time. It was not.
No, that game was absolute horror, and we just couldn't continue playing it. I deleted it. I haven't downloaded it since. Never touched it again.
Yes, that game, the shelf life to it, the shelf
It's long.
life to it was, I want to say about,
2 weeks.
yeah, 2 maybe 3
Maybe.
weeks,
I,
maybe.
I kind of gave up after two, but
But what we're here to address, and it seems like naysayers is looking in the fucking spoilers. What we are
hmm
here to address is we would like to gauge interest on if you guys would be interested in seeing your boys play some Call of Duty Black Ops 6. So
hey,
I think it would be fun. I think it'd be a cool opportunity just to, similar to what we did in Fight Forever, basically just play the game and just chat and
You guys.
react to the chat with you guys, and kind of just chat it up as we play the game, talk some wrestling and whatnot. So I think it would be really fun, and I want to know what you guys think. Like I said, I'm going to bring it up again on Friday, and I'm also probably going to put a poll up sometime this week on the YouTube page just to see how you guys would feel about that, and if you guys would be interested in seeing us play some Call of Duty Black Ops 6. It's been a ton of fun. It
Yeah,
honestly has been a lot of fun. A I haven't touched a Call of Duty multiplayer, I want to say, in uh 4 years probably. I'm having a ton of fun. I know this guy loves zombies, and I'd even be interested in hopping on that, bro. um I don't know how good I would be. You guys would probably get the worst version of me, being that uh well, I tried zombie I tried doing, so back when this channel was named something drastically different than what it is now. That was when this channel was called J Flight. It was my
cool.
basketball sports type channel I used to have when I was middle school. When I was in middle school, I tried doing a zombies gameplay over a story time video, and I genuinely couldn't do it. But no, I think I'd be a lot better, being that it would be more of a environment where I'm not
Conversation.
trying to read something or tell a story, or rather it would kind of just be freestyle or whatever. um so so yeah, I think I think it would be fun, and I want to know what you guys think, man. So let me know how you guys feel about that. um I'll tell you what, naysayers, my best zombies performances I've ever played, I would say, is Cold War, but what do you think, Sir K? What is the best you think I've ever played in the zombies mode? Is it Cold War or Black Ops 3? I don't think I was that good at Black Ops 3, to be honest.
I think you were good at Black Ops 3, but I think Cold War you might have been the best at.
I did garner the nickname, well, my self-proclaimed nickname, the Eliminator. Okay.
He was the Eliminator.
Yes. So, um, yeah. Now I'm like, I made a joke because the first time we played the zombies on Black Ops 6, I was horrible at it. I changed my nickname to Eliminated, because I just kept fucking going down. But my second stab at it, these two guys here, Sir K and Logan, fucking got me to play another game, severely against my will. They got me to play another game, and I actually wasn't so bad at it. But yeah, we'll definitely have to play again, and I think it'll be a lot of
Mhm.
fun. I think it'll be a lot of fun getting some multiplayer, and then maybe even doing an episode 2 on Black Ops 6 with some zombies. I think would be nice. But let me know what you guys think. I think it'll be super fun for us to do. I think it'll be awesome just to sit down, chill, play the game, talk some wrestling with you guys, and I think it would be I think it would be a lot of fun. I think it would be a lot of fun. The first time we did gaming, it was after AEW Dynamite, so from 9 to I went to about like 11:30. I don't know if
Yeah.
we'll probably, me and Sir K will have to talk about specifics on what time we exactly want to go about doing this time around and stuff like that. And obviously we'll bring that to you guys at a later date. But like I said, just wanted to put it out there now. Like, again, I'm probably going to put a poll up, so make sure to vote when I do put the poll up, and let us know what you guys think, man. And all right, I did it again, man. I tried to prolong it as long as I can, Sir K, but we're here. It's time.
The worst, the second worst part of my week,
What's the first?
watching Dynamite,
And the second is,
talking about Dynamite. Man,
oh, also, two. Thank you guys again. I thank you guys at the end of the post show, but thank you guys for an amazing turnout on the post show. It was a ton of fun hanging out with you guys, and yes, truly, again, thank you guys for an amazing turnout. And it's just so so amazing to it's so amazing to just to see the growth of this podcast. It's something that's it's just It's almost quite crazy to see and hear. And there's a bunch of exciting things that we do have getting stamped out for you guys as we speak,
Mhm.
that we're gonna bring to you guys very soon, and I'm very excited about it, man. And yes, thank you guys so very much, man. Thank you guys so much, truly.
Oh, truly, thank you guys so much. Crazy. The support and just engagement we get from you guys is crazy. And you guys really are the best. That's the best part about doing this is just interacting with you
Yes,
guys easily.
1000%.
'Cause God forbid, I'm gonna put it this way: I watch Dynamite so I can talk to you guys. That's the best part. I get to talk to you guys, but I have to watch Dynamite. It's like the ultimate trade-off.
Yes, it is, bro. All right, I tried to prolong it again. We're actually here now. Ah.
Dynamite,
Fright Night
right night, Dynamite.
Dynamite. Fright Night Dynamite took place from Cleveland, Ohio. Uh we had so I'll say this. And I don't want to sound hypocritical, man, or I don't want to sound like one of these fans that, you know, they want something and then when they get it, they're like, "What the fuck is that?" The set. I appreciate I
Mm-hmm.
really appreciate that they put together a little set for Fright Night Dynamite. However, they should not have zoomed into the set. Because when I tell you, those tombstones look like you gave a bunch of fucking kindergartners construction paper and told them to cut out a gravestone and write a bunch of silly shit all over it. That is what came out.
And like you said, I appreciate the effort going in to make a special set and whatnot, but man, you had to make it out of paper. Y- That's why you don't sign everybody. You see that fucking Ricochet money could have went to a good set, man, and that might have been better money well spent.
Yes, it definitely would have, man. But you know, Ricochet, he's too busy wanting everyone to suck his dick.
Oh man, that,
I
man,
before we be, before we went live here, I loaded up Twitter to make my tweet to send out to you guys, just letting you guys know that we were live. And I shit you not, the first thing I see is a screenshot of Ricochet's Twitter that says "suck my dick," and I thought it was fake. And I was like, what in the fucking world is this?" And I went to his Twitter account, and I genuinely fully expected him to have deleted the tweet. The tweet is still up there. A fan told him to put your phone down, Trevor, and he told the fan, "suck my dick." For so so a fan telling you to put your phone down garners you to tell him to suck your dick. I guarantee you, Ricochet, Trevor Mann, gets so many tweets during the day that are so disrespectful to him personally that maybe garners a response like "suck my dick," and you chose that one. You chose somebody telling you something. He didn't curse. This fan didn't curse. He was clearly just being a troll. Just told him
yeah,
put the phone down, Trevor, and you tell the fan to suck your dick. And then these AEW guys wonder why they're constantly under attack. Is because you guys act like fucking children on social
children,
media.
you get an ounce of criticism, and you're coming for people's heads, bro. Like, dude, just there's a reason why WWE tells their employees don't respond to it. Never
You
respond to
don't
it
have
because
to.
you don't have to. Just do your job, and if you do it good, that'll prove them wrong. Like, dude, just and even then, who cares? These are random fucking 5XL wearing shirt motherfuckers on the internet. Who cares about their opinion? Ugh.
it really says a lot when there are people who are, again, there are people who are in the other company that specifically tell their talent, do not respond to this shit because you do not need to. Why do you
Mhm.
think Sir K and I don't sit here bickering with people in our TikTok comments, in our YouTube
No.
Shorts comments? People say weird shit all the time. You guys are dumbasses. You guys look like wrestling fans. Which, if you think we look like wrestling fans, I don't know what kind of
Well,
fucking wrestling fans you've seen, but the man. Anyways, um, they say all this type of shit. Do you fucking see, like, no, you fucking people could say whatever the fuck you want. You can say
I don't
whatever you
care.
want. We're the ones putting the content out there. If you want to fucking comment on it, I don't give a fuck what
Go
you
ahead.
say. And
Exactly.
and even if you say something about me personally, you do not know me personally.
I
So
don't care.
it means nothing to me. It means
Mm.
absolutely nothing. But these AEW guys, they go out there and it's and they just figure, let's go have a fucking circus on social media, and it leads to a talent who, bro, again, dude, and if you want to be a top, if you want to truly be a top talent in AEW, do you really think that that's what a face of a company, or somebody who at least wants to be a top star in the company, do you think that's the kind of press they want to put out there? Could you fucking imagine Cody Rhodes on the during in the chase to beating Roman Reigns, telling a fan to suck his dick on
I
social
was gonna say
media?
like that. He would say "fuck my dick," but same thing. But
I mean, what the fuck, man? I mean, really?
like, dude, that's not how you conduct business. That's not what you do. You don't tell people just to suck your dick over some goofy ass little comment. Who cares, bro? Who cares?
But we're just the fans, and
Who cares?
we're not in the business, and we can't have a say, and
Ugh.
whatever, bro. It's his
I,
social media. He can fucking say what he wants, but you would fucking think, man, you would have some fucking sense of awareness, being that you are new to this company, and you would think you would want to make a good impression.
yeah, you get. It's such a contrast. So you got guys like Will Ospreay. Every media scrum, every interview, he's talking as nice as possible about the roster, the people around him, lifting up the people around him. And then you got people like Ricochet who are just going on social media rants. Dude, only, I hate to break it to you, only for the most part, only the jobbers go on fucking on social media rants because if you're actually going crazy in the ring, in stories with momentum, you don't care enough to fucking reply to these people.
Yeah. Yeah. And you would be getting, and if they were doing that, they would probably be getting their flowers on social media, at least by the
Yeah.
people that have a brain. But instead, it is it is the people. I don't even want to say necessarily it's the jobbers, but for me, I think it's the guys that want to point fingers and say, you guys are marks, but it's the people in turn that are the biggest marks for themselves, and they
Oh
take
yeah.
themselves way too seriously, and that is why they respond on social media. Because if you didn't take yourself that seriously and mark the fuck out for yourself over what some dumbass fans got to say on social media, then you would just be minding your business, staying in your own lane, showing up to work, and doing the best fucking possible work you can be.
That's all you do. That's all you should be doing, man. A lot of them are bald too, but that's a whole different story.
Dude,
But people
it
are just marked for themselves. They think they're the
yes.
center of everything, and I hate to break it to you, you're not. Almost no one's ever the center of anything. Even when the bloodline was the center of the company, at the end of the day, there was a lot going on in that company. If one of them had to go out for whatever reason, WWE would have found people to fill those shoes, and that's how just life works.
Yeah, it really is in turn. It's the guys that take themselves way too fucking seriously, man, and they are the biggest marks for themselves, even though they parade around on social media wanting to call everybody else marks that don't know shit because they're not in the business and blah 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 and all this other shit, and you never made no money, you can't have an opinion in the business if you ain't made no money in the business, blah blah blah. Give me, I mean, cry me a fucking river, dude. But anyways, uh, God,
Yeah, it's
small,
a little good.
small little side rant, small little side rant. So, um, Orange Cassidy, he opens the show. A John Moxley promo video is playing, and Orange is yelling, "Turn it off!" He walks down to the ring. He says, "Enough of that." He says he doesn't like doing stuff like this. He's not the type to come out here and tell us all he's a leader for 10 minutes. He says he's not a leader. That's not what he is. But after last week, I slid in this ring and I watched my best friend Chuck Taylor get his neck crushed by a steel chair. When I looked around, I was surrounded by all the people that I should have been. I admire their courage. They are all very talented. They are all very young. I was surrounded by the future of AEW. They have no idea what kind of danger they are in. They have no idea how dangerous John Moxley is. John Moxley did not need AEW. He never did. But I needed AEW. I needed this. I needed. My bad. I needed AEW. This is this is how now I know what I need to do. I need to cut the head off the snake, and I'm going to do it alone. I'm going to make sure nobody else gets hurt. How do I how do I challenge you? He says, so I challenge you, John Moxley, to a match for the AEW Championship. I'm going to take the symbol of this company from you. I'm going to take it out of your duffel bag and put it in my backpack because I'm freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy and I'm your next AEW champion, and I still don't have a catchphrase. I thought this was I thought this was a solid open. Orange Cassidy was very to the point, very to the point, very just no bullshit. Minus the end there where he's doing his little catchphrases, or his lack of catchphrase rather. And it didn't turn or anything though. It's kind of just building to the match for Full Gear. And yeah, I think I do we were actually in attendance for a John Moxley and Orange Cassidy match, and I think the main event is gonna be fine. It's just a matter of I wish, obviously, having Orange Cassidy be one of the guys that is being represented as a leader to AEW. I wish it would have had a little bit more just build behind it, and maybe build behind maybe his friends trying to get him to step up months before all this shit even happened. His friends trying to get him to get to that next level, or his friends trying to get him to step up as a leader, but he always shies away from it. I would have maybe liked some sort of build going into this. But other than that, man, I thought the promo was fine, and it was a serious Orange Cassidy. And once Orange Cassidy loses to John Moxley, though, I think this is definitely a good time for a huge shift in his character, man. But I thought this opening promo was fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was fine. It did the job that it came out there to do. It was fine. Yeah, I'm not a big Orange Cassidy guy, so seeing him there serious was a nice thing to see. And I hope after the story he really changes and evolves, man. I don't know. Evolution really isn't a big thing in AEW. So we'll see how that goes, but hopefully so. And it's fine. It's a fine program going into Full Gear, and I'm okay with it. Well, until one of those final ends in that promo where he did the backpack line. That shit was lame as fuck. He had the chance to tell him he was gonna put it in his bag, and he said backpack. So that lost me, man. But other than that, it was a fine promo. It's all doing its job, and it's just to get it to Full Gear.
definitely. Definitely. Mercedes Moné was walking through the back, hyping up Camille's match against Chris Statlander. We got Adam Cole versus Buddy Matthews. Uh, is it just me, bro, or does Adam Cole just not feel the same?
No, he does, dude. I can't do babyface Adam Cole, bro. I'm sorry, I can't.
It's just like, and it's not even just for me. It's not even the character or the role he's playing, dude. It's just like he just looks completely just like
Defeated.
auraless in the ring. Like he like
Yeah.
that's just not how I remember like Adam Cole wrestling, bro. Like it just seemed a bit it just I don't want to say lazy, but it just seemed a bit sluggish.
I was gonna say he lost. He lost. It's gonna sound funny, but he lost his swag, bro. Like he just walks
Mm,
out there, goes,
yeah.
does the job. Like, bro, he had a vibe. He had a feel to him. He had he had like some swag going out there back when he NXT, and then when he first came into AEW, and he's just it's gone.
Like there was a spot in this match I vividly remember where they slide in the ring, Cole and Murphy or Matthews. They slide in the ring. Cole slides in the ring, and they're doing, the Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens spot where they both hold the back of each other's heads, and their other hand they're just punching each other.
Hmm.
So they do this spot. Buddy Matthews is in there and he's throwing haymakers. He's moving fast and whatnot. He's got a look on his face like maybe he's gritting his teeth a little bit. And Adam Cole is there, straight look on his face, like he's not getting punched in the face right now. Just a straight look on his face, and he's just throwing the weakest fucking right hands known to mankind. Like I don't know, man. It didn't. Yeah, it just. That's a great way to put it, man. It just seemed like he fucking lost his swag out there, bro.
He did, bro. He's just a guy right now, and I'm not gonna want to be. I'm not gonna be one of those guys that like, oh, he has no muscle. He lost. It's not even that, dude.
Yeah.
He lost his swag. He used to come out there with a purpose, with a feel, and now he just comes out there to ask, do you want story time with Adam Cole, and that's it. That's all he is.
I don't know, man. So Cole, Cole is he's limping away. There was a spot in this match where he's on the outside and he is limping away. Buddy grabs the mic and he tells Adam Cole the old Adam Cole wouldn't have walked away. He would have kept fighting. But the new Adam Cole is a little bitch. Cole comes back. Buddy targets the ankle. The doctor comes out again. For some reason, he has a towel over his shoulder. Buddy grabs the towel and he throws it at Cole and he tells him to throw the towel in for himself. Adam Cole throws the towel in Murphy's face, hits him with a super kick. They go to the outside. He hits him with a Panama Sunrise on the outside, hits him with the boom, and he hits him with the boom and he beats him. And he grabs the mic after. He thanks Buddy for bringing out the best in him. He says,
Mm.
Buddy, I know why you did what you did. You wanted to bring the best out in me. He puts his hand out. Buddy shakes his hand. The lights go out. The lights come back on. Malachi Black is in Buddy's place, shaking Cole's hand. And Cole lets Black's hand go and walks away. So we then
Oh,
get this little backstage promo. Well, for the match, um, I thought the match was okay, man. I definitely thought it was a little overbooked. I thought it was a little overbooked,
dude, I
man.
think you need all that doctor shit in there.
Definitely, definitely, man. But yeah, it was a little overbooked. It was a little corny. Just having Murphy just call him a little bitch and proving that he's fragile or whatever and all this other stuff. But yeah, man. I mean, Adam Cole, man, it really sucked. I don't want to see him go down as one of these guys that had a world of missed potential behind him
Hmm.
and a world of wasted potential. I really don't want to see that for him because we all know how good Adam Cole is, but I I don't know, man. There's just something. There's he just it feels like he lost that swag he had about him, man. It really does feel that way. Um, and yeah, I don't know, man. I hope he can get it back, but yeah.
I really hope so, man.
Adam Cole is in the back. He's sitting on the trainer's table. He says Malachi is now on his radar. He's being thrown back into the fire just how he likes it. He says his ankle may never be the same again, and I don't blame Max for that. You mean to tell me the one sympathetic fucking piece of content here, the ankle,
You don't use.
we're not using that as something that could be seen as what MJF took away from Adam Cole, and that is 13 months of his career?
Like, dude, what? How perfect would it be for a heel Adam Cole right now to, even though it isn't Max's fault, blame Max essentially for his injury and like take his anger out on that situation on him. Like, come on, dog. What are you doing here?
The one
Well,
fucking thing they could have used, they don't
they
fucking
should.
use it. All
I
right.
don't get it.
So he says he doesn't blame him for it, shattering his ankle, but he does blame him for he doesn't even blame him for being a bad friend and never checking up on him while he was injured. Again, why are we doubling down on one of the dumbest arguments you could possibly make? Because both ways to the argument do not make any sense. Because
No,
before you turned on the guy, he was calling your ass backstage every fucking week, and you didn't fucking answer because you were hanging out with the Undisputed Kingdom, probably plotting what you were going to do to him. And then after you turned on the guy, why the fuck would he call you to check up on you? Hey man, I know you
no.
just turned on me and I know you just I know you just ruined my trust and all that, but how's the injury coming?
Like, what? Either way, it makes no fucking sense. Of course he's not going to check up on you. And he tried to. Again, pre-turn, like you said, you didn't answer because you were plotting to turn on him.
All right. He says what he does blame him for is pretending that me and you would ever work as friends. Because guys like Adam Cole and MJF are meant to be enemies. Quit kidding yourself into thinking that you weren't gonna betray me the first second you got. If you don't believe me, look at what you did to Wardlow, Sammy Guevara, and Daniel Garcia. And if you thought I was gonna sit back and wait until you turn your back on me, you got another thing coming. And you need to be taught a lesson. And what we did, was it rough? Maybe a little mean, maybe a little extreme, but it had to be done because I give a damn about AEW, and you have never been a part of that team, and you never will be. And I swear to God, with every fiber of my being, I'm gonna get my hands on you at Full Gear, and when we do, I'll be happy to teach you another lesson. Uh, yeah,
Just
double.
pure.
Yep.
Hmm.
Doubling down on just this being still the most nonsensical fucking storyline, or the most nonsensical fumble to a major storyline AEW's probably ever done.
Oh, it really is, man. They literally are just completely contradicting themselves. And making Adam Cole look stupid as fuck this whole time. I don't know what they think they're gaining from this, but everybody looks bad in this story. Everybody.
Yep. And you would think for a guy who you would think for a guy like Tony Khan, who, you know, people say has this photographic memory and he remembers all this different shit that happened on the show, for somebody like that to, again, take his fans, like Naysayer says, to have fucking goldfish brains, it is really fucking sad, man. It's really sad because this is just this is a joke, man. Again, and for all the major main event caliber storylines that AEW has ever done, this has got to be one of the worst in terms of nonsensical, just dumbassery levels of booking you probably have ever seen.
Oh, it is. This is literally the dumbest thing they've ever booked because they just had a story that was great and that made sense, and literally everything they're doing now is a contradictory of it. Everything.
That's it for that segment. And next, Randy Orton. Oh, oh, sorry. My bad, guys. Kyle Fletcher. Oh man. Sorry. Sorry. He seems to be holy shit. I almost fell out of my fucking seat watching people compare this guy to early Randy Orton.
Oh yeah, that is insane. That is you are reaching to insane levels at that
Dude,
point. Like, homie, nah.
you're comparing Kyle Fletcher to
To
Randall Keith Orton? Are
the
you kidding?
Viper,
The
the
Apex
guy that hears,
Predator?
hears voices in his head, any of it, nothing.
Huh?
But
Kyle
then
Fletcher?
the guy that was yelling himself red, that he wasn't like Will Ospreay while shaving his head.
Dog. Kyle Fletcher being compared to Randy Orton. And don't even say, well, people are just comparing their looks. No, 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 no.
You know what they're comparing.
These motherfuckers were in comment sections talking about Kyle Fletcher
Um,
is better overall than Randy Orton. Huh? Are we talking about the same person? Are we talking about the same Kyle Fletcher? Because the Kyle Fletcher I know is not going to be used as this monster asshole heel past the feud with Will Ospreay. Because you know what's going
no,
to happen after the feud with Will Ospreay? And don't even say, well, what if we beat Will Ospreay? Because Takeshita won the feud with Kenny Omega, and look at what happened to Takeshita. Nothing. Tony Khan. Tony Khan, bro. He, not past this feud with Will Ospreay, is going to use Kyle Fletcher.
oh, not
He,
ever.
you guys can sit here and say he's this cool asshole heel right now, and you guys can live it up, but I just want to let you know the only reason he's being used is because Will Ospreay probably requested to work with him. And
Hmm.
once this feud with Will Ospreay is over, he's going to fucking forget about Kyle Fletcher like ships passing in the night.
Exactly. At most, he'll be over there on Saturdays being a collision cowboy doing nothing. At most, that's the good scenario for him. He's never going to be used. Tony Khan's never going to use him. He ain't no Randy Orton at all. So
No.
these fans need a reality check, man.
Kyle Fletcher is the fact that there's even been a comparison to Randy Orton.
It's insane.
That
Insane.
is that is some of the craziest work I've ever seen coming out of social media, bro. All this week on social media, I keep seeing people repost the fucking picture of Kyle Fletcher next to a young Randy Orton. Get out of here with that mess.
Hmm.
Bro, Man, I don't know,
It's in-
man. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. I genuinely don't even know what to say, bro. But yeah, Kyle Fletcher, man, he's the next Randy Orton, apparently. Of course, that's the next that's the AEW fans' next plan of action. Um,
Gee, Orton.
Randy fucking Orton.
That's insane.
So Kyle Fletcher comes out and he says he is a man of his word, and he is here to call out Will Ospreay to stand face to face with him. We then hear the theme song for Aussie Open. So you mean to tell me Mark Davis was this fucking close to coming back? And you did this to Kyle Fletcher?
Like,
What? Are you kidding me? You didn't just want to wait until Mark Davis came back so we didn't have to get singles Kyle Fletcher?
and again, man, turn him heel. Okay, if you want to heel tag team with them, all right, maybe. Okay, but dude, why is he solo? Why is he by himself?
Dude, you. Dude, I can't even comprehend what you did here. Bro, you put Kyle Fletcher as in a singles role that is not going to work in AEW. It's not. Look at
No,
and it's nothing of Kyle Fletcher's doing
no,
necessarily. But I mean,
like
dude,
in overall,
these motherfuckers, these AEW fans, bro, they talk all this shit about these guys AEW wants to push as future guys like Daniel Garcia, guys like Darby Allin, right? Guys like Sammy Guevara, guys like fucking, all these young guys that AEW wants to push. These AEW fans have a problem with those kind of guys, but they like Kyle Fletcher. What the fuck do you see in Kyle Fletcher that you don't fucking see in a Daniel Garcia or a Darby fucking Allen?
literally, it makes no fucking sense. I don't understand.
This, bro, this simply look at the track record, bro. Look at the track record. This is not going to work. Tony
No,
Khan will not use this guy past a feud with Will Ospreay.
literally, exactly. He's never going to use him again. After this feud, he will literally never be used again. Besides random, nothing matches on a once a month dynamite at most.
Mark Davis comes out. Kyle says, "Well, not the man I expected to see, but it's good to see you." Davis says he wishes he could look him in the eyes and say the same thing. But you're calling out a man that we called a brother, knowing exactly where he is because of something you did. I don't even know who I'm looking at. Kyle Fletcher says, "What do you mean you don't know who you're looking at? I have changed. I have changed. The only thing that's happened since you've been away is I opened my eyes to the truth. And Don has helped me see Will Ospreay for who he truly is. He never cared about either of us. He kept us in his back pocket to help him further his career, and you can't for and you can forget and you can forget about that because I'm sure you can forget about him because I'm sure he's forgotten about you, but I never did. I knew this day would come, and I made sure when it did, you would always have a spot in the family." Davis says, "Family, we had an empire, a united empire, and you destroyed it." And he goes to walk away. Kyle Fletcher stops him, and he says, "Davis, before you go, there's going to be a day very soon. You need to make a hard decision, and I have proved that I don't have a problem with cutting the past loose." So this either goes one of two ways.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first of all, let me call another thing out. It's good to see Mark Davis, right? Okay, let's talk about some inconsistencies, right? Kyle Fletcher says it's good to see Mark Davis. What about a month ago, a month and a half ago on Grand Slam when you told Will Ospreay there was no other guy you wanted to win the tag titles with? Were you thinking about Mark
Literally.
Davis then?
Yeah. That's your literal tag partner. Why would you want to team with Will Ospreay more?
Uh, I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. But I don't get it. But this is either going to go one of two ways. Mark Davis is going to join the Don Callis family, which, by God, first of all, you already have something of a tag team in there, even though it is the most mid tag team. That it's probably like the epitome of a low card tag team in Brian
What?
Cage and Lance Archer. And either that or you are going to officially put the nail in the coffin of Aussie Open. And for the love of Christ, if you do that, that is a horrific, horrific mistake.
Exactly. Horrible mistake. Dooming them both to be used never again in AEW if they're solo, man. That's a horrible move, and I think that's the move they're gonna. I don't know. They might have him turn. I don't know. But either way, it's gonna be bad because either they're in the Don Callis family, but that is fucking hell in itself at this point, or they're both solo and never gonna be used again. Either way, it's not looking good.
No, no, it is not. It is not at all. Hangman did a little backstage promo reacting to the Full Gear match with Jay White being announced. He threatened to um burn Jay White's house on fire and do whatever he has to do to beat him, man. So pretty good promo from Hangman there. Um as yeah, so that I forgot to mention that was basically the end of the Kyle Fletcher promo, man. And again, I don't get what I just seriously I seriously don't get what people see in him. The men's division is too crowded. It's already way too crowded. And again, not saying he can't get there one day, bro, but I don't know why we're taking this step in his career right now when he should have been a decorated AEW tag team champion before any of this fucking started. And I don't know why we're doing this now. And we know how AEW is, bro. That this is not going to work. I
No,
guarantee
it's
you
not.
around this time next year, we're going to be talking about how colossal of a flop Kyle Fletcher was.
No, exactly. We probably will because Tony Khan will probably never use them, man. So it's just a waste of everybody's time at that point.
John Moxley is out here for a promo. He says he doesn't expect Orange Cassidy to appreciate what we're trying to do, but one day they'll understand. He says the fans think he challenged me for the world championship. No, I challenged him when I had your friend's neck broken. I took some distraction out of your life so you can focus on your goals. We walked into the room and said, "Who's in charge?" Everybody pointed at you, Orange, and they said he's our guy, and you didn't want to step up and lead your people. He said that is not the Orange Cassidy that I think the world of. He's not the that is not the Orange Cassidy that I think the world of. He doesn't want Orange to be casted upon the spell that a lot of people in AEW are under. Just happy with their fat paychecks and think they're something they're not. What did we just talk about?
Mm,
John
people
Mox.
thinking,
This is why John Moxley's resonating with people right now because he's dropping a whole lot of truths about
Mhm.
AEW.
Y'all ain't shit. At the end of the day, like Kenny Omega said, the GOAT, I wouldn't have hired 90% of you. I
Nope.
wouldn't have either. God,
Fuck
no.
no. He says Orange has not uh, he says Orange has not began to walk through the valley. Yet he says whenever he does fight him, it will not be on the mountaintop. It will be in the valley, and he better be ready to die in the valley, because this is the valley I'm ready to die in. He says Orange Cassidy thinks he's pulling the strings. Well, let's see about that right now. They grab Wheeler Yuta and they put a chair around his neck. Orange Cassidy comes out for the save and gets jumped by the BCC. Yuta then gets up and attacks Orange Cassidy. So Yuta coming, the Blackpool Combat Club using Wheeler Yuta as um, a stepping stone or a crutch, I guess, for Orange Cassidy to get out there. Um, it was definitely smart on the BCC. It definitely gave off a little bit of dumb babyface syndrome on Orange Cassidy, because as soon as he came out there, they literally just let Wheeler Yuta go, and then they all started jumping him. So, like I said, it definitely gave off a little bit of it gave off a little bit of dumb babyface syndrome, but yeah, man. So, no, man, no. Orange is in charge, man. It's not
Literally.
Osprey, Cole, MJF, Swerve, Adam fucking Page, Okada. No, 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 no.
No,
It's Orange
it's
Cassidy.
Orange Cassidy. Oh,
He's.
and they attacked the jobbers, and the jobbers pointed at Orange Cassidy. If that doesn't tell you something, I don't know what will.
I think what Moxley meant to say is we walked in the room. We walked in the room and we said, "Who's the leader of the mid card?" And everybody pointed at Orange Cassidy. So, um,
Dude.
yeah, no, I think I agree, man. I like the fact that they use Yuta just to trick him to
Oh,
to
I
to
was
get
sick.
out there. I thought that was very good. Like I said, it definitely on Orange's case, it gave off a little bit of dumb baby face syndrome. Being that a couple hours ago he was talking about how he knows how dangerous John Moxley is. So for him to go out there, I feel like maybe he should have known a little bit, but he didn't. But I mean, I like him. I guess somewhat trying to be a good guy and save the guy that once was his best friend. But no, I thought they did that perfectly, man. I like that a lot, actually.
Oh, I love that part, man. They're every week with well, apparently their name, that it might be, Death Riders. With them every week, dude. It's them out there cutting a promo, talking, doing cool ass shit, and then the baby faces come, and it just kills the mood every week. That's
They're
how it is every week with these guys.
yes, they're laughing stocks, bro.
They
They're
are.
yes,
They're
they're
fucking losers.
and that's exactly like that's exactly like it's like you were saying, you got the Death Riders out there, or the Blackpool Combat Club, and they're out there cutting badass promos and being badass and just having all this fucking aura about themselves as just this ruthless fucking group of fucking hitmen and just killers in the company, and then you get these fucking guys coming out here, you laugh at them, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I seen a clip of Action Andretti coming for the save on Collision, and he's fucking sitting there. He's sitting there, the AEW's in dire straits right now, about to be taken over, and this guy's sitting in the ring talking about, yeah, I'm not about I'm not about talking, man. I'm about that action. And he's talking about how fucking Wheeler Yuta's a disgrace to Pittsburgh and how he's just out here for some action. Like, what?
What? Like, bro, they're trying to take it over, bro. Defend it. Try to fight. Dude, stop flipping. Stop talking about wrestling. Go throw a punch. Like, that's what I want to see.
Um so speaking of the laughing stocks, the Dark Order come out to help Orange Cassidy. Um they're on the outside and they're getting their asses kicked by the Blackpool Combat Club. And all of a sudden, fucking Darby Allin repels down like Sting in a Sting-like fashion. He jumps on Claudio's back. Claudio backs up into the announce table, so Darby Allin kind of sits on the announce table a little bit. just because Claudio backed up into it, and the fucking table just breaks. The table just breaks. Darby gets back up after trying to get up like 6 times before he kept falling back into the table, and he gets up, and Claudio throws him through the half-broken announce table. Darby gets up, and these guys brawl into the crowd.
Dog.
Oh.
Why is Darby here? Why didn't you save Darby for at least Full Gear, if not longer? The whole point of this was that people are going to come, try to step up, and they get knocked down by Mox and them, up until Darby finally comes back. Dude, the first person, that hasn't happened yet with the first person, let alone the roster. So what are you doing? Why is he back already?
I thought the exact same thing. Bro. You mean to tell me you brought Darby Allin, who is the guy who should be taken as the final boss to this whole, not the final
Hmm.
boss, but like the Sting, right? He should
Yeah,
be the guy that BCC, that BCC is, not scared of, because you don't want them to be scared of anybody, but he should be the guy that
actually
BCC
fights back.
um, you know, eventually start to kind of meet their match with, because Darby will have been out so long, and seeing what happened to Bryan Danielson lit a fire in him, and he comes back almost on some Sting shit to take
Hmm.
this whole fucking group out, because he's not playing around anymore. He is the leader. He wants to be the leader. He wants to be the face of AEW, and now he's coming back to prove it.
And Mox literally in that promo was talking about, how, Orange, he needs to be willing to, die in the valley and whatnot. And that's all that Darby ever talks about. He's willing to die in that ring. He's willing to die every day that he wrestles and whatnot. It's literally the perfect match. It's literally the whole point.
Yes, Death Riders is a very good name. I
That's
really, I cannot wait for them to officially
like be
do
called
that.
that and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah. So, um, yeah, man. Why you're bringing Darby Allin back in the middle of the story you should be trying to tell us with Orange Cassidy, as Orange Cassidy is trying to fight from behind and, get the company back from John Moxley's grip, and obviously he's going to be one of the guys to fail to do it, but you bring Darby Allin back in the middle of this, bro, to do what? Play fucking second fiddle to Orange Cassidy until it's his turn to try to take down the BCC? What the
Like, no, he
fuck?
shouldn't be here at all. He should literally be gone until at the right moment he does make his Sting X return and he fights back. And they're actually shocked because, it's the first person to successfully put up a fight against him.
Ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous. Why you're bringing him back right now just fucking tells me you have no fucking sense of how to book this main event angle properly.
Literally, they
I,
have no idea. They have something so cool, and it their coolness is carrying it because they're not making good decisions with it.
not at all. Not at all, bro. Completely fucking clueless. And why Darby Allin is coming back to be second rate to Orange Cassidy's title chase just until he sits back and waits for his turn is a horrible fucking move. It's a horrible
Hmm.
move. You should have kept him off television. He shouldn't have came back until after Full Gear, or maybe at Full Gear after Moxley beats Orange Cassidy, to set up something for maybe World's End. And again, like I was saying, I honestly wouldn't even have him. I would have him lose to John Moxley once for the
Hmm.
AEW championship. And if you can prolong it enough, I would maybe wait to do it at a place like All In, or if you can't wait that long, do it at Revolution.
Oh yeah, I would say either if you really can wait and can plan it out, which you can't, would be All In. That's not gonna happen. It's Tony Khan. Revolution's the perfect place. It's a new revolution with Darby Allin. Boom, you got it right there.
I don't get it, man. I don't get it. So the Young Bucks come out as the Blackpool Combat Club are chased off into the crowd as we are getting ready for Private Party versus the Young Bucks for the tag titles. Um Quinn, or that might have been Cassidy. Cassidy hit Quinn by accident with the ring bell, or as Tony Schiavone calls them, Zay and Quay. Um Zay and Quay. Zay hits Quay with the ring bell.
They
Um,
can lose.
yeah, God. Okada. A little bit later in the match, Okada hit Mark Quinn with a tombstone pile driver on the outside of the ring. This would lead to the Young Bucks trying to get as much offense in as they can, but before they could not get the chance to put away Cassidy before Quinn came back. This would lead to Private Party winning the tag team championships with a gin and juice to the Young Bucks, man, as the Young Bucks, after the match, they take the titles from the referee and they actually go up to Private Party, hand them the belts, and shake their hand and walk away. I certainly hope Private Party's title reign is going to be a lot better than the Young Bucks, and I hope we get to see a lot more done. Some stories told. I doubt it, but some stories told and some matches that I actually care about with Private Party as the tag team champions. But we'll just have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see how that whole thing goes. But
Definitely, man. I hope they have a great run. I'm so glad they finally won these things. They should have been like fucking two-time champs by now at least. But this is finally their coronation, man, 5 years in. So I hope they get treated well, and I hope the division gets treated well.
for sure, for sure. And this was obviously a little bit of a tease for what was to come with the Young Bucks. Jamie Hayter and Penelope Ford are talking about their match next week for on Dynamite, as Jamie Hayter is dressed up as Daphne from Scooby Doo. For the love of God, why? Why this look? Why this knockoff Becky Lynch look? Please, give me the Jamie Hayter back that I know and love.
Yeah, I like her look better. I'm not really complaining about her current look. I mean, I don't care at the end of the day, but it's just please book her in something better than a Penelope Ford feud.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's the gear, the look, the booking, it is just not it is not resonating with me at all right now, man. The learning tree, speaking of not resonating with me, the learning tree. They're out there on the stage because Chris Jericho can't go 1 week without getting at least 90 seconds on television.
Mm-hmm.
They ensure that Jericho will usher in a new era of Ring of Honor that we have never seen before. And what is that? Even further down the gutter than we already are.
I'm gonna say this is meaningless.
Is it going to get more meaningless? Because it's not going to get better. So what do you mean
Oh,
something that we've never seen before? Can it get worse? Is that what you mean? Jack Perry. Jack Perry keeps Alex Marvez from entering the Elite's locker room. And Daniel Garcia comes up to Jack Perry and he says, "What's wrong, Jack? You just lost your boys, lose the titles. Just know you're next." He's and as Garcia is smacking the TNT title around Perry's shoulder. Um, he tells him, "You know you're next, right?" Jack shoves him. Garcia pushes him up against a wall. He tells him, "I'm tired of you entitled pieces of trash thinking that you're I'm tired of you entitled pieces of trash." Jack Perry goes to push him back and say, "You think you're so special," as Garcia pushes him back up against the wall and tells him the same thing. He says, "You think you're so special, Jack. Perry says, "They used to dance for me too." Garcia puts him down and tells him, "I'm tired of you." Perry laughs. Holy fuck. That looked
That was
horrible.
so bad. That looks so bad for Perry, dude. You know it's bad when the dude getting manhandled starts like laughing. That's how you know he's orderless at that point, and he's got his ass whooped because he's coping because there's nothing else to do. Like, dude, that looks so bad for Perry. Why would you do that?
This looked for me, bro. This looked bad for both of them, bro. Daniel Garcia's dialogue represented something out of. Do you remember the original fucking Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire when Flash fucking Thompson was fucking bullying his ass in the hallway? It's just some high school musical level of dialogue, high school bully type shit. What is that?
Oh yeah, it's fucking lame and horrible, dude. It's just, what are you doing here? What do you think this is? This isn't good, dude.
Daniel Garcia isn't the biggest guy in the world himself, bro, but for him to sit there and pick up Jack Perry like he is a fucking child was embarrassing.
Ugh.
And that's the TNT champion.
Like, dude, this dude picked you up. If you don't headbutt him in the face when he tries to pick you up, like, what are you doing? You, uh, uh, I don't know, man. Just not a good look.
Horrible. Perry goes in the locker room, and the Young Bucks are packing their bags. They have Brandon Cutler shredding documents. They tell Jack, "We need to talk. Close the door." Jack pushes the cameraman out of there and closes the door. Well, this would come into play a little bit later in the night, so I'll really hold judgment on what happened here. But
Hmm.
Chris Statlander defeated Camille, as if Mercedes wasn't already dead. Now her enforcer, who didn't even really have any momentum going for her anyways, now the enforcer is even more meaningless because she has lost to Chris Statlander here, and means nothing, bro. Who cares? Who
No,
fucking cares?
it's all meaningless, bro. It really is.
The Young Bucks are, they have their suitcases. CD goes up to them as they're packing their bags into the SUV, and CD's yelling, "Guys, where are you going? Where are you guys going?" As, oh, that was the other thing he said. "We need you more than ever right now." Matt gets in his face. He tells him, "When we came to this company, we said we wanted to change the world, and nobody wanted to listen to us. It's gotten too crazy, and we're leaving, and we're going to work from home." As Christopher Daniels is sitting there, "Come on, guys, where are you going? I need you guys right now. You guys can't leave, right? Are you walking away right now?"
Guys, come on, don't leave. We need you. Like, dude,
What a dork.
he's so bad, and man,
Dude, so if AEW
mhm,
brings the fucking Young Bucks back as baby faces to save the company, that has got to be one of the most just,
horrible.
in after everything that went down, to bring these guys back as baby faces to save the company is abso-fucking-lutely one of the most just asinine decisions you have ever even thought of, bro. You mean to tell me you got these guys out here, typical AEW, bro, you got these guys out here trying to yet again rewrite history, Now you want to portray to your audience that these guys were here for change and to change the world, and nobody wanted to listen to them until it got crazy out of hand.
Like, dude, the whole point of the gimmick is that they just wanted control. They just wanted everything. They wanted control. That's all they wanted. They didn't want it for the greater good. They just wanted it for them. Because they were dickheads. That was the point of the story. And now you're just completely reversing it. And you're going to try to spin it that these guys are good guys. Dude.
What the fuck, man? Are you serious with this shit right now? This makes absolutely no sense, man. This makes absolutely 0 sense. This makes 0 sense, and man, I just know. And I mean, there's been the news articles and the rumors that have been coming out about AEW is going to bring the Young Bucks back to save AEW as baby faces, dude. I seriously question how Tony Khan is in a position of power, and it really rings true. That fucking MJF pipe bomb from years ago, man. Tony Khan is in a position of power when the only position he should be assuming is behind the guardrail with the rest of them.
That was so true, man, because holy fuck, he's just a fan with his favorites, and those are the ones he uses. And story, consistency, sense, it's all out the window.
Yes, bro, and this is coming from me, and as
Yeah,
well as Sir K, who love the Young Bucks. But this makes no fucking sense, dude.
No, it's fucking stupid as shit. It makes no sense.
It gets better. Brandon Cutler's running to the car, even though they already pulled off. He's got a box full of sneakers. He's trying to run, and the Blackpool Combat Club come walking around the corner. Jon Moxley fucking slaps the box out of his hand, which was quite hilarious. He slaps the box out of his hand. He puts Christopher Daniels, okay, the interim executive vice president of the company. They put this man in a fucking headlock and make him watch as they attack Brandon Cutler.
No, guys, no. Why? Guys, don't do it, guys. Not why. Please, 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 guys. Dude, what in the fuck are these people? What? How can I take anybody? You got Brandon Cutler. Why does anybody care if he gets beat up at the end of the day? Who fucking cares? You got Christopher Daniels, horrible in his fucking role. And the people facing these guys are all a bunch of fucking jobber-ass nobodies. Top Flight, you failed them. Dark Order, they failed themselves. Fucking, it's just, what the fuck?
I would love for somebody to hold Nick Aldis in a fucking headlock and watch and have him watch somebody get beat up.
Like,
as Christopher Daniels is sitting there, come on, man, don't do this, man. Come on, John. Don't do this right now, John. Brandon Cutler's over there. No, guys, don't do this. Dude, you gotta be fucking serious with this shit right now, bro.
You know how they hit him was like they put his hand on the part of the forklift and they like hit a mallet on his hand, quote unquote. But it was like 5 inches away from his hand. It looked horrible. Like, dog.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. That was that. The Young Bucks leave as, oh, good God. They are going, and you know, we covered most of our feelings about it on Friday, man. But, dude, this is not a good move, man. This makes no sense, which, yet again, it goes to show AEW fucking marches to the beat of their own fucking drums, man. They do not care what the story entailed. All that matters is what story they want to tell said week.
Mm-hmm. That's it. It's by the week, dude. And it's all Tony Khan. If it's not Tony Khan, it's not it.
The main event: Swerve Strickland versus Shelton Benjamin. The match was good. The match was very good. Swerve hit a swerve stomp to get the win on Shelton. I don't know why Shelton necessarily was pinned here. I thought they were going to go with the main event where Swerve is about to win, and then Lashley does his entrance, or maybe he even does a run in to put a stop to all of it. But yeah, I thought it was I thought it was a little counterproductive, being that the past 2 or 3 weeks, man, all you've basically been doing is building Sheldon up, and he's actually been one of the best parts about Dynamite. And
Mm.
I don't know why I don't know why he had to take a loss. I don't know why you couldn't have just went with the outcome of Lashley interrupting this whole thing.
Yeah, I would like the interruption better because I like how I do like the visually how they did it. How MVP got his phone out and he called him and he was like, "Okay, yeah, we got to do this now. I need you out here." I would have liked for him to do that when Swerve started getting a lot of heavy offense in, and he looked like he was about to hit his finisher. That's when you call and be like, "Hey, it's time. I need you here now." And then boom, he interrupts the match. I think that would have been even cooler.
Definitely. Definitely, man. So Swerve hit Shelton with a swerve stomp. MVP grabs his phone. He makes a call. He says, "It's time to go to work. I need you here." The lights go out. The lights come back on. The lights go out again. All right.
Classic AEW production. Just can never get it right. Always gotta be fuck ups.
Fucking Matt Menard's on commentary sitting there saying, "Oh, is it the House of Black?" God,
Like, dude, you're making your company look worse.
is it the House of Black? Yeah, MVP just fucking phoned in Malachi Black to come and fucking take out Swerve Strickland. Yet Malachi Black's in the fucking Hurt Business. Also, they announced next week Malachi Black versus Adam Cole,
Just a
which,
one off nothing match.
yeah, typically, man, I would be upset with this because I would say that Malachi is a big star and Adam Cole is a big star, but Tony Khan clearly does not give a fuck, and clearly the whole game of Adam Cole and MJF, I guess, is now let's run through the House of Black so these guys can
Basically.
face each other, which is just an even bigger indication why these fucking guys need to go back to WWE, man.
They really do, because they're literally just seen as just random match guys on the roster. You see fucking Malachi Black, Buddy Matthews, and Brody as just random nothing guys. That's insane.
Which, look, man, by the time these guys do end up going into WWE, I don't know if the New Day will be back together. But being that when Malachi got released, he started a feud with Big E and then got released the next day. That would be very cool. That would be very cool to see a continuation of that if E is back yet.
Yeah, if E actually is able to come back and he does, that would be a really cool, thing that they could do.
Yeah. So he says the lights go out. They come back on. They go out again. Matt Menard's saying it's the House of Black. And we start hearing the gladiator drums, which is very synonymous with one Bobby Lashley, as Lashley comes out there to a pretty big ovation. Lashley's out there. Lashley's out there. He attacks. He faces off with Swerve Strickland. Shelton gets on the apron. Swerve goes to hit him so he could continue his face off with Lashley, and he turns around to a lariat from Bobby Lashley, and they attack the Hurt Business, or the Hurt Syndicate. MVP, Shelton, and Bobby are attacking They're attacking Swerve and Prince Nana, and they leave them laying as production is yelling 90 seconds, 30 seconds. MVP grabs the mic. He says, "Guess who's back in business?"
Hell yeah.
Which
Besides, you know, mhm.
it's going to be very interesting to see if they do get anybody back in the group, because if they get Ricochet in the group, maybe they could change the name to the Suck My Dick Syndicate.
Suck my dick syndicate, the bald syndicate, they could call it, because I mean, but man, besides the production, AEW production classics of like malfunctions, and you could fucking hear the production guy yelling how many seconds they have left on air. This is why you don't fucking spend your overruns in matches. Yeah, you could have just had this amount of overrun, major match end at 9 o'clock, and you get all the time in the world to
Yep.
soak in the moment. But no, matches, matches, matches. Um, but it was awesome nonetheless, man. Again, besides the production stuff, and I just hope all goes well for these guys, man. They're great talent. They're one of the coolest things you could get, and he's got them, and I hope he uses them.
Definitely. Definitely. I really hope he uses I really hope he uses them, which I have expressed in the past my pros and cons to Bobby Lashley joining the company is my pro, the overwhelming pro for me is Bobby does not look or wrestle like a lot of the guys on that roster. A lot of the guys on that roster are very high flying. They're very, and obviously minus a couple, but a lot of their core roster is a bunch of high flyers, smaller type guys. And I'm excited for a guy like Bobby to come in there to contrast their styles a little bit. And I'm hoping that works out very well for him. And obviously, the thing that I'm scared about is Bobby Lashley isn't necessarily the kind of guy that Tony Khan looks for in a professional wrestler, man. Tony Khan likes guys that can put on, 8-star bangers in their sleep. And that's not Bobby Lashley. And that's fine, because not everybody needs to be that kind of wrestler, bro. But I hope Tony Khan can get over himself and see how good Bobby is for himself, and use him accordingly, bro, because yeah, I mean, it would be a tremendous waste, if you let Bobby Lashley and the Hurt Syndicate just kind of slip by your fingers, man. I think that would be a colossal mistake, and I'm excited for Bobby, and I really just hope it goes well, because he's so good, and he was one of my favorites in WWE. I always loved his presentation, not always, but when he became the Almighty in
Hmm.
2020 and started his whole run with MVP and stuff, I loved his presentation. Like we were just talking about the gladiator drums, I loved it. I loved it. I mean, it was probably for a long time it was my favorite entrance in WWE, was him standing up on that podium and doing that pose, and the pyro would go shooting out as he did his pose, man. It was a sick visual, man. And I wish him the best, because I know he can do so good, and I know he's capable of being great. But as all things in AEW, man, it's really only going to be as great as Tony Khan wants it to be. So the
Hmm.
pressure is in Tony Khan's ball court now. So yeah, yeah. I hope I hope he
Exactly.
does. I hope he does right by him, man.
I really do, man. I hope he does well.
Yeah, that was Fright Night Dynamite. As yeah, the show overall was the show overall, man. I'll tell you what, this isn't saying much, but it was the best Dynamite in the month of October.
Sad.
And again, that's not saying much, but it says something, I guess.
It was the least worst one.
Yes, and it was not over the moon. It was not a stellar show at all, man. But it was yeah, it was the best that the month of October had to offer for AEW Dynamite, man. So in 2024, so yeah, it was definitely a Fright Month Dynamite was the month of October, because boy did we get some bad fucking episodes in there.
Oh, it was some real horrendous shit.
Hmm. Um, with the next show we got to cover tonight, Monday Night Raw. This was a taped episode of Raw from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Uh,
There could be a good point with naysayers. He was great during the pandemic, man. And AEW,
oh,
they
dude.
have their own pandemic going on in terms of Tony Khan bookings, so hopefully he can be a savior of it. Well, at the end of the day, also, Mercedes was a savior for them at the time, and she's stinking up the place in AEW, so
That's true.
hope is maybe lost.
That is true, man. A lot of people do not give the Boss and Hug connection
Oh,
the
it was those
credit.
two them during that time.
Yes, dude. Bailey, especially Bailey was the star of the show in all
Hmm.
reality, but Mercedes was, I mean, like, the boss. You can't give all the credit to Bailey, bro. But I mean, again, Bailey was the star of the operation in the Boston Hug Connection in 2020, but nobody gives them credit for their work in the pandemic era. Everybody always says, oh, Roman Reigns saved the pandemic. Roman Reigns was there for the second half of it, but when Roman Reigns was gone, and when
It's
he
all
was, bro, on SmackDown, it was Bailey and Sasha Banks, and on Monday Night Raw, it was fucking Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley. The
yep.
whole Hurt Business, really. Um, but yeah, I mean, those guys really did some great work, and their work gets overlooked because, none of those episodes really have none of that era really has any replay value. It was kind of just a bunch of nothing, bro. But at the end of the day, man, they entertained us.
By that
That they
time, they
they
did.
yes, that they entertained us, dude, in a time where, yeah, that there wasn't much going on, bro. The fucking NBA was on strike, which obviously they ended up coming back to do the bubble, but um NBA was on, everything was on strike, bro. Everything was on strike, and WWE was one of the only things putting out as consistent content as they were, and Bailey, Sasha, and the Hurt Business and Drew McIntyre were huge for that era, and huge for the company in that time. But and then obviously, Roman came at the end of that, and at the end of August, and shook things up on SmackDown for himself. But Bailey and Sasha, even at that time, were still doing really good work.
Oh yeah, they were the main ones, dude. So
Yep.
man,
And once their feud kind of went down, it was sort of not went down, but
ended.
spoke too soon. Once their feud ended, it kind of went down, for
Hmm.
them, and Sasha didn't really end up doing much with her title reign. She was in like a fucking 6 month feud with Carmella, but it was a pretty mid reign. It was her longest reign, and it was pretty bad, but um it was good. It was good. It was good when they were the Boston Hug Connection, nonetheless, bro. And they did a lot of they
Definitely.
did a lot of good stuff, man.
Oh, 100%.
Yes, they did. Yeah, naysayers. I would say for me, man, it was during the pandemic. During the pandemic, bro, the early stages of the pandemic, when we were when because that was mine in Cirque senior year of high school. It was wrestling. Obviously, that's always been a constant in my life, that I was kind of just hooked on and stuff. And uh in like the early stages, we were actually creating this very podcast. Um
Hmm.
but after the podcast got rolling, man, I mean, I was man I was it was wrestling, and I really got like a huge deep dive into music. I've always
Hmm.
been a huge fan of music, but I found out, just like I got to deep dive into just so many different albums and different sounds of different artists and all that kind of stuff. I got to really deep dive into Biggie's catalog, and at the time Polo G had just put out the Goat
Man,
album, so it
such a
was
great
it's,
dude.
such an amazing
Uh,
album, and I was deep diving into that. Um, Deep diving more into Kendrick stuff, and I was really
mhm.
like, because I've always been big on music, but it was just something different about that time. I just got to really like deep dive and just figure out music in a different way, and just figure out the all kind of just like melodies and sounds, and just experiment with like different sounds that I like, and all that kind of stuff. And I just remember just deep diving so hard into music, and then obviously wrestling and the podcast and whatnot. But yeah, it was man, it was a good it was a good time, bro. It was a good time for that kind of stuff, man. But yeah, but yeah, yeah, it's crazy, crazy, crazy times, bro. Crazy
I'm
times.
telling you.
Yeah. Um but but actually, speaking of music, that we talked about Tyler the Creator's album on Friday. The ASAP Rocky song you mentioned to me is not on the album.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
no.
because I
Um,
remember, I could not remember, even though I listened to the album. Actually, speaking of fucking dynamite, that was probably the best part of my entire day. I think that was like the second time I listened to the Chromacopia album, top to
oh,
bottom.
dude, we're speaking about albums right now. I
Okay.
think one of my goats might be Wash, dude. I listened to that new Uzi album. Oh, dude, that
Really?
shit was. Oh man, yeah, my goat might be Washed. He was like 2 for 16 in that thing. I was like, oh man,
Ooh,
it was not great. It was
that's
just.
Eternal a Take Two, right?
Mm-hmm.
Eternal Uzi, for for me, I like him, but I never really like deep dive into his music too much. But I do like his hits, or like a lot of the songs. Typically I hear you play them, like just I'll like
Mm-hmm.
hear it in the background, and those are kind of the Uzi songs I listen to. But damn, it was bad, huh?
He was literally like 2 or 3 out of 16 songs on that album. They
Oh,
were like, and it wasn't even because they were like a different style. It was just not good. Like the auto tune was pretty weird on a lot of those, and it was just weird lyrics. It just wasn't great, dude. I was so disappointed, man. You
yes.
hate to see one of your favorites just put out like a bad album, and you're just watching, just listening to like, damn,
Oh,
come
dude,
on.
it's very heartbreaking, bro. I mean, like I
Yeah.
can't tell you how many times, like for me, like I can't tell you how many times, like I'll see like, oh, Big Sean dropped a new album, and
Oh,
like
yeah.
when his first album started to come out post um uh Dark Sky Paradise, post that one, like or I decided was okay. That one came out when we were in high school. There was a
Mhm.
couple on there that I like, but like all the ones after that, like you just listen to them and you just say like, I really
Ah,
want to fuck with this right now. Or like for me, when Chance dropped The Big Day, I was
mm,
heartbroken because I wanted to like that so much, because I loved acid rap and I loved Coloring Book. And then they come out with A Big Day, and I'm listening to this shit, and there's maybe like one out of all the songs on the album that I'm like, all right, that I'll
that's
add
good.
that.
Mhm.
But like it's just it's heartbreaking. Or like Fetty Wap. Dude,
Ah,
post the Fetty Wap album, which there was only one, but hey, nobody cannot tell me 2015 Fetty Wap was a different fucking animal, bro. Um
that
so
man was bigger than the president last year. I'm
dude,
telling you.
so hearing his new music and hearing your artists fall off, ugh,
It's like,
it's
oh
it's
man, it
it's
just sucks.
it's the worst, bro. But it also is nice when you do get to hear music that still comes out, and you still fuck with it. Like it like
Mhm.
I like specifically, I think of like Beartooth. They haven't
Exactly.
dropped a fucking bad album. They've never had a bad album.
Never have.
It
And
ne-
it's great to see that every time they drop, you're excited.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Every time it's like the music, like I like for Beartooth, like the music might not be as hard or as like just grungy as it was back then, but I love the story of their I love the story of their music overall. It's the
Hmm.
story of in the earlier Beartooth albums, you could tell the lead singer Caleb Shomo was depressed.
Hmm.
He hated himself or he hated things about himself. You listen to his music now and it's literally the story of his life and him finding happiness for himself, and it's a fucking beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So um yeah, but with over the past year and a half, I've really started to deep dive into Tyler the Creator's uh stuff, and I really like Call Me If You Get Lost. I really like Flower Boy. I like Igor, and I'm like really fucking with Chromacopia. I really am. Honestly, bro, it's for a lot of the reasons I like the Damn album. It just talks
Hmm.
about certain parts of it talks about, I would say Damn's more of like a deep dive on just perspective of life and just different elements that make up life. But Chromacopia is an album that is more it's based off of fear of adulthood. And
Hmm.
it's just I just find it a really good listen. I find it a really fucking good listen. And I really been fucking with it, dude. But yeah, man, it's so nice. It's just so nice to deep dive into music, and just it's nice to hear that you can relate to like people who they might seem so famous, and you know these artists of any genre, bro, they might seem so famous, and people you might not be able to relate to, but just connecting through music and stuff like that, it's something I'm very passionate about, and it's something that it's something that I think is a beautiful thing. Is why we chose Envoi for the voice to this podcast, bro, is because I find their music um and Madeline's just voice and stuff that she sings about, I find it very relatable to
Hmm.
uh life, bro. And for me, that's the best that's the best thing that you can get out of music is great stories and just relatable stuff and things you can connect on and see for yourself, and then or hear for yourself and relate to for yourself. But yeah, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. But yes, nonetheless, I'm really fucking with the album, bro. I really am. I really am. I may have to cop me a Chromacopia shirt, bro, because
Hey.
it's a banger. It's a banger, I must say. But yes, dude. Yeah, I just, yeah, I love me some music, bro. Love me some music, dude. Some different sounds and all types of stuff, bro. Good stories, you guys know.
Hmm.
Just how I like my wrestling story. AEW.
Matches.
Yeah. Um. No, for the longest time, I would say the music industry got very AEW, man. It seemed like a lot of people were just creating hits, and there was no soul or any reason behind the music, bro.
Yeah.
And it seemed very AEW, man. But you get these
And very,
artists that come along and they want to share their story and talk about some meaningful shit, and
and it's
it's
great. It's
some
phenomenal.
good long-term storytelling, bro. But yes, yes. I think 2020, yes, 2020 was the year that Legends Never Die came out as well. So that was another good
Yeah.
listen.
Hmm.
Oh my god, dude. Did I forget about Circles? Bro. Oh my god, dude. Mac Miller's Circles, I believe that came out
Crap.
in 2020.
2020. Yeah,
It was
I
either that
think it
or
was.
it was either that or 2019. I want to say it was 2020 though, dude. Circles, bro.
That
That
was
is
phenomenal.
it's an amazing listen. It's an absolutely fucking amazing listen, man. It's an incredible fucking listen. But but yeah, man. Monday Night Raw. Okay. Now that we've shared all of our passions behind music. Um Liv Morgan. She comes out, she welcomes everybody to Monday Night Morgan. She says she took out Ripley for a long time and traveled halfway across the globe to defeat Nia and become the first ever Crown Jewel champion. Dominic, oh, also too, this is another reason why I think maybe just streaming some Black Ops would be pretty nice, bro. Just get to shoot the
Yeah,
shit
just,
about literally anything.
exactly. Just talking about anything, man. It'd be great.
So Dominic says he's going to win the four-way match and become the world heavyweight champion. Jade and Bianca come out and they tell Liv and Raquel they didn't forget about them walking up on them last week. Jade tells them if you guys want a title shot, now is their chance. Liv says they're in the middle of a celebration. She said that they were successful on Saturday, and she doesn't know why they're still angry. Maybe it's because Bianca thinks she's the strongest, the fastest, the roughest, the toughest, the best, the EST. But the problem is Jade thinks the exact same thing about herself. And you guys can pretend all you want that you like each other, but the only thing keeping you guys together is their championships. Bianca says, let's put that theory to the test and do the match tonight. Raquel says, it's a celebratory night. And Pierce cuts her off. He comes out and he says, well, you guys do not need to do this right now. This is not how the show is going to start. Everybody back up. Liv tells Jade to watch out. Liv tells Jade Cargill to watch out for the night. Bianca is going to stab in her back.
Stab in her back.
Watch out for the night. Bianca is going to stab in your back.
Great.
Bianca turns around and slaps Liv Morgan. Please. If that is foreshadowing, please fucking make Bianca Belair a heel. Dude.
Please. I need it. She needs it.
And don't get me wrong, I overall think Jade would be better suited as a heel, but Bianca's character needs a reset so hard.
Oh, she needs a whole, yeah, she needs that reset. She was phenomenal in her heel role, and
Yes.
I was not rocking with fucking Super Cena, Super Smiley
No.
Bianca. Get her back in that heel role. She's great at it. It's fresh again, and that's what needs to happen.
100,000%, bro. 100%. Yeah, please, dude. And I feel they will make Jade the heel, which again, I get because I don't really see Jade working out as a baby face, but to be honest, bro, I don't really care much about Jade Cargill. I'm sorry to all the
You,
Jade fans, bro, but I don't really see very much in her. And
you,
mhm.
mhm. Go ahead.
Good. No, you good.
At this point, you might as well just do a heel versus heel when they turn, where maybe they both try to turn, at similar times or in similar ways, and just do a heel versus heel thing because I think that's the best for both of them.
Yeah, or at least when the feud is over, put them on separate brands and then just have both of them as heels, bro. I understand Bianca thinks that she is, the female John Cena, bro, but I'm sorry, man. Rhea Ripley is a baby face, and Rhea Ripley right now is a bigger star than Bianca Belair is, and if Bianca turns heel, I
Hmm.
think that could take her career to huge
Better height.
places, bro. I think it
I
could
think.
take her career. Again, I always bring up this example, but look at what the heel turn did for Roman Reigns.
And
Um,
again, I hate that people think that oh, you're a heel now, so you can't be on ads with the company and be a face. No, you can still be a face of the company and be a heel, and she can still do all the commercials and stuff she still does.
yeah,
Same way, just make her heel on television.
100%, 100%, bro. Rhea Ripley, well, I guess at the time she was a baby face, but even when she was a heel, you could have fucking still put her in Call of Duty. What's wrong with
Fuck
that?
yeah, and it's not bad for a heel to embrace their fame, their
Yeah.
the fact that people love them. I think it makes heels look better because you got all these people loving what you're doing, and you're an asshole. You get what you want. You're winning at the end of the day. You're doing
Hmm.
everything right. That's the whole point of a heel, is to just win, get everything you want. And that's what you're doing. Come on.
For sure, bro, for sure. And yeah, or I mean too, look at like a guy like Chad Gable. This guy was a fucking heel and he was terrorizing the Alpha Academy, slapping the shit out of Otis in his fucking face every week. He was still on cricket ads. Like, bro,
Yeah,
these
it's
people
fine.
can, yes, bro, these people can still be marketed, man. And I really hope that they eventually turn Bianca heel, because enough of this fucking I don't want to turn heel because uh, the people love me. Enough of this shit, bro. This is how people become stale.
Get Roman. People hated Roman. He and the whole Roman Reigns character for the past like 4 years, 3 years, has been ultimate dickhead, manipulator,
Yep.
and people love him every week. People
Look
are
at New Day.
fucking yeah, exactly. They were the bad guys. That's what got him over in the fucking first place.
Yes, bro. These guys were as fucking stale as fucking sitting out hot dog buns, bro. And
Hmm.
what heated things up, bro. Xavier got some edge to him. Xavier
Hmm.
got some edge to him, and now they're one of the things that people are most intrigued about every Monday for Monday Night Raw. Is it seems every week the New Day is losing, and then we're seeing these guys argue, or we're seeing them in background shots arguing with each other. It's great stuff. I like, stop giving me this bullshit, man. Of I don't want to turn heel because I'm loved. I don't fucking care. I don't care if
No,
you're loved, bro.
exactly. I
Heel
hate that
turns,
sentiment.
do you think The Rock would be as relevant and as much of a fucking star in the world today if it wasn't for his heel turn? No, because if he didn't turn heel in WWE, he wouldn't have been a star, and that wouldn't have fucking led him to get his foot in the door in Hollywood.
Exactly. And look at him now. He comes back to, the company every once and again. He's telling the fans that they're fucking inbreds, telling them to fucking all this fuck shit. And they love him. They love the guy. How could you not? He loves himself so much. You have to love him too. But like, he's fucking great. People love him. And he says horrendous shit all the time. And that's the great part. You got things like you got even any media. You got shows like The Penguin, The Boys, where the bad characters are loved because they're bad. They're good at being bad. They're dickheads. They're funny. They're horrible. That's why you love them.
Yes. Look at how many people loved the Joker, the Heath Ledger Joker. How
Mm-hmm.
many people love the Paul Dano Riddler? I mean, it's like Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin. Like, these guys are villains.
Like,
They are beloved. They are fucking
like
beloved.
with The Boys, Homelander is literally the whole villain of the show. He's
Yep.
also in Call of Duty. He's in Mortal Kombat too. People love him. He's horrible, and that's the point.
Do you think Rhea Ripley? Look at Rhea Ripley. She became a fucking superstar operating as a heel for
That's
the
how
better
she.
part of 2 years.
Like that's how she gained popularity, is being a bad person, a bad guy.
I don't get it, man. I don't fucking get it, bro. I do not care how many people look up to you, bro. Turn heel, do the right thing for your character, spice up your character, and let's do this thing. Because I know Bianca can be, a face of the women's division, bro. But if she continues down this stale path, man, then I, I don't know. I don't know, man. I really don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Pierce picks Liv up, or Raquel picks Liv up, and Adam Pierce tells Liv to not go after Bianca after she slapped her. She says, after what you guys did to Rhea Ripley, did you not think that there was going to be a number one contender? Did you not think there was going to be any consequences? He says there's going to be a number one contender battle royal, and the women's tag team champions, Jade and Bianca, are in the battle royal. This then leads us to the Battle Royal, where Jade and Bianca are eliminated by Liv and Raquel, where Bianca was trying to get rid of Lyra. Raquel grabbed her braid. Jade came to stop it. Liv hopped up on the apron, grabbed Jade by her hair, and dumped both of them over the top as they chased Liv and Raquel into the crowd. As the last two left were Io and Lyra Valkyria. Io hits, these two are battling on the apron for a while, and Io ends up dumping Lyra Valkyria off with a German suplex on the apron to dump Lyra over. It's nice seeing Lyra, man. I miss seeing Lyra. They, you know, earlier in the year around King of the Ring time, or maybe when she just got called, or around like King and Queen of the Ring time, she was new on WWE television, and they were using her a lot, and I really fucked with her, man. I thought she was I thought she was a great young talent that they were pushing, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere they just stopped pushing her. So I don't know what happened there, but I'm gonna need, especially, with Rhea being gone now, and with
Yeah.
Bex still being gone, bro, you're gonna need women to step up. And
Mhm.
obviously you have two of them here that you ended the match with Io and Lyra. But dude, like, let's start pushing Lyra Valkyria, bro. Like, what are we waiting for?
Exactly, man. You fucking Tony Khan, the poor girl. You used her, and then you never used her again. And now she's back, thankfully. And let's see her be used, like you said. You got key players gone. Time to let other people step up and use them.
Yes. This is what we talk about with AEW, except AEW's
Mm-hmm.
problem is we're telling them not to add time to people's contract because they have other people that they can use.
Good lord.
New Day is in the back. They are arguing about saying they should have won their match last week for the number one contender spot. Xavier blames Kofi for taking the pin. Kofi says, dude, there was footage of what happened, right? You got distracted, ran at Rey Mysterio, and refused to hit our finisher. As these two were in the middle of bickering, we go to a Wyatt tape. Miz is it's a clip of the Miz telling Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel, "I'm going to make you guys stars, and your families will be proud of you."
That's a cool ass callback. I
That
love that
is
a lot.
insane
That's
how they
great.
found something that ties back to family ties.
Mm-hmm. They gotta
That
have oh, that.
What's up? Oh my god. Wyatt Six coming out to Family Ties by Kendrick and
Which
Baby Keem.
which is funny because I saw a fucking interview of Trick talking about that was his main inspiration for his
Yeah.
theme.
Yeah,
Is
I heard that.
That's cool as shit. But
Yeah, that's a good
no, I
song.
love that connection they built between those two. That's a really cool callback.
100%. 100%. I don't know if you guys remember our WrestleMania 39 match card fantasy booking. For WrestleMania 39, I proposed Bray Wyatt versus The Miz because Bray would have had Howdy with him, and Howdy
Hmm.
has a connection to The Miz. So I like that they are kind of dipping their toe into that water right now, man. So I like that a lot.
No, definitely. I think that's a really good way to do it.
So it cuts to The Miz tied up. He's wearing a Uncle Howdy mask. Bo says a serpent with his fourth. I don't know if he said chung or tongue. It kind
I'm
of
assuming tongue.
it kind of like scratched out, and it honestly sounded like he said chung, but I'm assuming he said tongue.
Mm,
Searching for those he can't deceive, crawling in their ears and laying eggs of false promises and lies. Seek and he shall find. The Miz. They take Bo takes the tape off of his mouth. Miz says, all fucking frightened. He says,
no.
This is all one big understanding, man. You want Final Testament? I'm not Final Testament. To be honest, I wanted to forget about all that stuff. Bo, yes, Bo, not Howdy, full face, hair down, looking like a demented, deranged psychopath. He leans on the Miz's shoulder he has his chin on Miz's shoulder, and he starts laughing in his ear. Miz is just looking very scared. And he says, "We never cared about Final Testament. We wanted you." He tapes his mouth back, and he says, "You will crawl on your belly through a thorn and vile cursed burden. With the pain you've inflicted on others, you beg and plead for mercy until you return to the ground. To dust you are, and to dust you repent." Dexter, wearing the Mercy, the Buzzard mask, runs up behind the Miz and puts him in a sleeper hold as the Miz goes out again. I seriously cannot stress enough how much you need to get him out of this mask. His facial expressions and just that look of the big beard and the hair, the hair
Mhm.
out and down. He looks like such a fucking deranged psychopath. I do not know how you don't want to capitalize on that look. Uncle Howdy should only be used in those VHS therapy type segments.
Yeah, we should not be seeing Uncle Howdy in in the ring, in person, in
No.
human form. It should only be in the pre-tape segments, and that's it, man. You have Bo Dallas, who's great at multiple looks, like you said, the big beard, the hair down, looking deranged look. Also, his cleaned up look looks great too.
Yes.
Either way, he looks great when he's got those Joseph Seed aviators on, and he's kind of in that like suit priest outfit in a way. Love it, dude. It's phenomenal no matter what.
Dude, he man, I can't stress enough how you don't look at that and say, this guy's got to take the mask off. Like, and again, even to come out for promos, don't wear the mask. If you really want to honor Bray and wear the mask in front of the live audience, just do it for the entrance. Just do it
Oh
for
yeah,
the entrance and take it off. Like I don't know, the rest of the fucking group does. Take it off.
like please, please do that.
Dude, you are God, you are I can't stress to you enough how much you are just leaving on the table with having this guy go out there and wrestle in a mask when he's so good. He's not only an amazing in-ring performer, the facial expressions, just how psychotic his facial expressions are and how he comes off, and the look. I can't stress enough the look. How do you see that look and think to yourself, we gotta fucking paint his chin gray and put a gray mask on him with gray strands of hair on it? Come
Like
on.
why? He has such a phenomenal fucking look.
It's very stressful, man, but I'm happy we're finally seeing them on television, but I want to see the Wyatt Six start doing more, have they can still have their family, you know their family, vindictive goals about people betraying their family and whatnot, but I also eventually want to see them have grounded goals, right? I want to see
Mhm.
them go for the tag titles. I
Titles.
want to see Bo go after the Intercontinental title or even the World Heavyweight Championship. But that's the problem. I don't see Uncle Howdy challenging for these titles. I see Bo Dallas challenging for these titles.
Exactly. Bo can, Uncle Howdy can't. That's just how it is.
The War Raiders. The War Raiders defeat the New Day. The New Day were having miscommunication. Kofi went to go for the Trouble in Paradise. Woods tagged himself in. Kofi then was caught off guard by this, and this led the War Raiders to the distraction. The War Raiders hit their springboard clothesline, which they gave a name.
Okay.
The name is the Viking Volcano.
Ah,
No, I'm kidding. I'm
oh,
kidding. The
uh,
name of the
that was,
springboard clothesline is the War Machine.
I like that. That's cool as fuck.
Ah,
That's
yes,
cool as all
Trips.
that.
The War Machine. So we did not get a name to this move, at least to my recollection, because I've been very adamant and paying attention to what the War Raiders have been doing, and up until this point, they had not called a name for that move.
No,
They would just say something stupid along the lines of the athleticism of Ivar or the clothesline, or they would just say something stupid, but they did call it as the War Machine is
hell
what their
yeah.
name of their springboard clothesline is. Now I just need for them to call the pop-up power slam the Thor's hammer, because we have the Fallout, we have
Mm-hmm.
War Machine now, and now we need the Thor's hammer.
We gotta have it, dude.
But the Viking volcano.
Oh,
I
dude,
knew.
I was like, no.
I could tell by the look on your face. Your face just got so sour.
I was like, dude, don't do that to them.
The Viking volcano. That would be some Vince shit, bro. No, but it is called the War Machine, their springboard clothesline, and I popped for that, and I knew you would love it. So,
Oh,
um,
hell yeah.
they announced a bunch of their international Road to WrestleMania dates, which we'll go in depth on Friday. But I'll say right now, it looks really cool.
It looks cool as shit. I love the path that they're going with that.
Yes, I wish they would have done it in the summer, because I hate that a bunch of these Mania build Raws and SmackDowns are going to have to be taped. But oh wait, it'll be
Yeah.
on Netflix. So I wonder if they will go live with it.
I would think they'll go live with it. I would think
Hmm.
Netflix would want them to be live with it, so
Hmm. Interesting. Well, the SmackDowns on USA will probably be taped because of that time
oh fuck
slot,
yeah.
but
Mm-hmm.
but Sami Zayn, the whole crux of this show. The one thing everybody was waiting for. Sammy comes out there. He says he's proud to be able to come over here in front of our people and speak our language here on WWE TV. He said he came out here to address what happened with me and Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel. Jay comes out. He says, Sammy, before you need to say what you need to say, I just want to say thank you for having my back at Crown Jewel. I watched the footage back when you kicked Roman in the face, and I need you to be 100% honest with me. Was that an accident? Before Sammy did look at him sideways, and then Jimmy comes out. He looks at Jay. He says, Oos, what's wrong with you? I saw what you saw. These people saw what we all saw. We watched Sammy kick OTC down in the face on purpose. He says, I'm pissed. OTC's pissed. And you should be pissed too. We cannot trust this fool. Sammy cuts him off. He says, I can't be trusted. Do you need me to remind you of your track record for a second? Let me remind you, Jimmy. Before it was me and Jay, before it was me and Roman, it was me and you. You were my dog. You were my brother. You were the one who brought me into this family first. Remember that. And the second things got bad with me and Roman, you kicked me in the face. And then, when things got bad between you two and Roman, you kicked Roman in the face. And then when he had an opportunity, he points at Jay, to do things on his own, you kicked Jay in the face. It was always you, and you sit there worried about my loyalty and if I can be trusted. Jimmy cuts him off. He says, do you think I owe you an explanation? He says, listen, I'm not the bad guy here. Sammy says, you don't get it, man. You might not believe this, Jimmy, but I don't hate you, bro. I have never hated you, and you're not a bad guy. You just make bad decisions. I came out at Crown Jewel for Jay. I wanted to make sure he was okay, but I'm not going to lie, for a minute there, when the four of us were side by side again, it felt like old times. It felt pretty special for 1 minute. It felt pretty damn good, and then it all fell apart, just like it does every single time all four of us are together. I'm not doing this again. I'm not having my loyalty questioned. I'm not being put on trial. I've already been put on trial by your family once, and I'm not doing this again. He says, Jay, I love you. I love you. I'm sorry. I can't do this again. I'm out. He walks away. Jay says, hey, Sammy, I'm asking you, please, just come to SmackDown so all four of us can talk this out like family do. Jimmy says, he's not family. Jay says, hey, I was wrong. Just because he ain't blood related, that don't make him not family. He is family. Huge pop. Because right now, I see Jimmy Uso, I see Jay Uso, and I see Sammy Uso. I hope to see you. I hope to see you Friday at SmackDown, my brother. Sami Zayn standing on the ramp, typical Sami Zayn fashion. He's tearing up because the words really resonated with him, and he walked away as fucking SmackDown. Get your pop fucking corn because oh shit.
This shit about to
Dude,
be crazy, man. Love it. Love what they did here. Love the vibe they had from everyone. And I love, what they said. I like it all. I like how he brought up Jimmy and how Jimmy brought him into it. And then Jimmy, man, great shit. And SmackDown is going to be even crazier.
SmackDown is going to be a banger. This is all going to blow up. I just want you to
Oh,
know
yeah.
right now,
It's not going to work out on Friday.
this is not going to go good.
No.
And as a matter of fact, these guys are never going to get on the same page until one man comes back. And one man whose job is to do this kind of thing and to keep this family together. And he's a man I think we all know by the moniker of a wise man. I think the wise man is going to get all these guys back together because everybody's conflicted. Roman don't like Sammy. Roman might not admit it. Oh, he might on Friday. Roman don't like Jay. Jimmy don't like Sammy. Sammy loves all of these guys, but he doesn't want to do this again because he knows how this ended now. Jay likes Sammy. Jay don't like Roman. Jay is cool with Jimmy because that's his brother. He's always going to forgive him and always be there for him. None of these guys are going to be able to get along. It's going to take a wise man to get all these guys back together. And this is going to be a month for the ages, bloodline wise. This is going to be a bloodline saga month for the fucking ages going into War Games. And holy shit, am I so fucking pumped for this, dude. I am just through the moon excited for this.
Oh, definitely, man. I'm so excited. I'm excited for Friday. I'm excited for the week after. All of it, dude. Up to War Games. I can't wait to see it, dude. It's going to be phenomenal.
Yes, and I loved our Survivor Series that we got, but if I have to say, Vancouver, you guys are fucking lucky.
I was going to say, they're getting the crazy ass booking one.
You fucking assholes. God damn, dude.
God damn it, man.
Man, if I was face to face with a Bloodline versus Bloodline Survivor Series event shirt, you cocksuckers, man. God damn it. Our event shirt is, well, the event shirt, the actual event poster shirt was a fucking big ass picture of Cody Rhodes' face.
For some reason.
It was painted in camo. He looked like a fucking goof. We got the cool one. It was the red and blue one with the Chicago skyline, but God, I don't know what that was, bro.
No.
So, I love what they did here. I thought this was done to perfection, and you guys know. I mean, by now, you guys know I'm 9 times out of 10. I'm probably gonna come on here and glaze the bloodline, bro. Just because I love this story so much, and it's because of segments like this. They keep you on the edge of your seat, and it's just rich storytelling, rich callbacks, everything is just so fucking rich in here, man. And it's amazing. And I love the callbacks to Jimmy being the one that brought Sammy into this whole thing, and then the ultimate seal of approval of Jay saying, "Dude, I was wrong, man. I was wrong." You know, he acted out of anger. You know, he says he was wrong, and Sammy is family to him, man. And just great stuff overall, man. Just really good stuff. And I just, man, I love what they did here. I absolutely love what they did here. And yeah, it was tremendous, bro. From top to bottom, this whole segment was the hook to Monday Night Raw tonight. So yeah.
Oh, 100%. Phenomenal. Can't wait for Friday. Can't wait for everything, dude. It's fucking insane.
So Seth Rollins is backstage. He gives Big Bronson Reed props for giving him a fight and then getting back up and asking for more. He says tonight he's going to win back, or he's going to win the number one contendership match, and get his title back that he put on the map. So that was that. Dragon Lee versus Chad Gable. Zelina Vega saves Dragon Lee because Chad Gable had his feet on the ropes. Ivy Nile then chokes her out on the outside. Ivy then goes on the other side of the ring to distract the ref, but as the ref was distracted with Ivy, Ray came in there and Ray was on the outside and kicked Gable in the face. Dragon Lee hits a Operation Dragon, which is, I can't think of the actual name of it, but I know it's Brian Kendrick's sliced bread, but without the use of the ropes. I know Kendrick used the ropes, but Dragon
Hmm.
Lee, I can't remember what the actual name of the move was, but it's basically, I think Brian Kendrick called it, I think it was called sliced bread. You know,
Hmm.
where he like grabs him in a cutter position and then almost like does a backflip type thing. It was that.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's called Operation Dragon, and he used that to defeat Chad Gable. What the fuck?
Yeah. I,
Now, don't get me wrong, bro. Like, I like,
still feel
yeah, I like that we're giving Dragon some wins, bro. But like, what
what are
the
you doing with Gable?
this is a Triple H fumble for the ages, dude. How the fuck did you fail Chad Gable this hard, bro? This hard?
I
Come
can't
on.
believe Gable was actually gonna be on one of the bad slammies, which one is it? I forget the exact name of it. Is it
Worst booking?
no, no, failed run?
Ah, yes.
That's what it is. Yep. He's gonna be in one of those failed run. Chad Gable. How? How do you fuck that up?
Crazy fucked it up, dude. Crazy. Chad Gable loses to Dragon Lee, which again, I like that Dragon is getting some wins under his belt, bro, but Gable? You couldn't have gave this guy like Xavier Woods? You know, somebody
So
who
what?
can lose and it'll actually make sense? What? And they had a good match too, but it's just like, bro,
It's
why? Why must we do this to Chad Gable, bro? After the year this guy has had, I mean, it's just really upsetting. It's really fucking upsetting, man. And I don't get why I truly don't get why we have to do this to Chad Gable, bro. I really don't get it, and it is truly fucking infuriating, man.
it really did, man. It's like, dude, I don't understand. I don't.
How this guy has not been an Intercontinental Champion by now, I have
It's a crime.
absolutely, it is an absolute fucking crime. Triple H
Hmm.
better have some really big plans in store for Chad Gable, and the way it's looking, you it doesn't look like it. I'll tell you that. It certainly doesn't look like it, but god damn, man, it sucks, dude.
It really does.
He is so good, man, and I talked so much over the summer. I mean, the dude, this guy was the best part about Monday Night Raw over the summer, bro. The best
It was.
part.
Hmm.
And I mean, God, I mean, just you want somebody that is just great to have in the company, great spokesperson for the company. He's always great with media. You know, he never fucking tells anybody to suck his dick if they piss him off. You know, he's about the closest thing we've ever seen to Kurt Angle in the ring. I mean, just ungodly levels of just smooth in the ring. And he can talk. He's got charisma. He's got the in-ring ability. He's a company guy. What the fuck else can you ask for in this guy?
Literally, man. I don't know. He has everything you want, and they're just fumbling him.
Fuck, man. Gunther is backstage. Ludwig says that Cody Rhodes got nothing but lucky. Gunther stopped him. This was interesting. Gunther stops him, and he says Cody didn't get lucky at all. On that night, Cody Rhodes has my ultimate respect, and he was the better man. He says tonight there is 3 very capable performers, and Dominic. He says Rollins speaks for himself. Damian Priest would be another difficult match for myself. And Sheamus. He looks over at Ludwig and he says, you know, Sheamus, the guy you said you wanted to take care of.
Damn.
Whoever is the winner of that match, I'm still the World Heavyweight Champion. But after Saturday, it's on me to take responsibility. It's on me to do better. We have to do better. And the whole time, Ludwig is giving him this side eye, like, fuck you, man. Like, he's just looking at him like, you fucking asshole. So that was very interesting. That was very, very interesting as to, I guess, just where Gunther's character is, and maybe, where Gunther's character is, and maybe where he could be going following a loss to Cody Rhodes, man, because he seemed a little broken tonight, and maybe a little just. It's weird to see him, you know, take responsibility and you know, it's just very weird, man. It's very weird. So,
definitely very weird, but very intriguing.
Definitely. These weren't on Raw, but we did get a couple backstage. The Speed title from Sheamus. I did not even know Sheamus was the Speed champion.
I had no clue.
But okay. But yes, so that was that. Before this, Karrion Kross was in Adam Pearce's office, and he told Pierce he better find Miz, and Miz better explain all this to him and get this fixed, or else I'm going to throw him off of a roof.
Fucking love Kross.
And he just walks out as Adam Pearce had the most terrified, what the fuck did you just say, look on his face. It was hilarious. He's looking at Adam Pearce and he just goes, he better find this and explain this, or else I'm gonna throw him off of a roof. What?
I love him. I love Kross, dude. This is what we gotta see more of. Just him being absolutely violent for no reason. That's what I need.
I'm gonna throw him off of a roof. The War Raiders are in the back. Like I said, all of these segments were not on the show, but I felt like they were worth mentioning. The War Raiders were in the back, and they were being questioned by Kathy Kelly, and the Judgment Day walked up and they told them that this division is theirs, and that they can parade around all they want, but they're still going to be the tag team champs. Eric and Ivar kind of laughed at them, and as they were walking away, Ivar said, I guess you're just upset that your little buddy Dominic's going for the world title and you're not. JD told Finn, just walk away. Don't even mind him. Finn gave his belt to JD, went to run at the War Raiders. A lot of balls on the guy. And then Bobby Roode and a bunch of other officials were there to break it up, thus stopping any sort of physical scuffle from happening. And then they had asked Jay backstage if how he felt about everything happening, everything going down on Friday on SmackDown. Jimmy was pretty heated, and he said Sammy better not show up because it's not going to be good for him. He walked off, and Jay said, he'll be all right. And that was that, bro. So those were all 4 segments that weren't on the show, but I thought definitely should have been talked about for sure.
Definitely, man. Great segments nonetheless, teasing their various storylines, and then you have Cross just being a fucking psycho for no reason. So I like it, dude. A lot of good stuff.
Gonna throw him off of a roof.
Ugh.
Damian Priest versus Sheamus versus Rollins versus Dominic. Priest had a updated theme song. He did not have All Rise. It was, yeah, it was, the song still had the ad-libs after the part where it becomes unblurry and you see him, but the whole intro part was just a riff. It was no words, it was no,
Good.
whatever. But as soon as his pyro went off, you heard All Rise for the Rock Star.
Ugh, yeah.
So that part was kept, but it was updated somewhat. The match was
progress.
Yes, exactly. Bronson comes out. He attacks everybody in the match as Michael Cole coined him Auszilla.
I like it.
That's kind of cool.
If I fuck with it.
Kind of cool, man. Bronson comes out. He attacks everybody. Dominic's hiding. Like I said, Michael Cole referred to him as Auszilla. And he gave a tsunami to Sheamus, to Damian Priest. He then got Seth over on the announce table, got up on the barricade, gave Seth a tsunami through the announce table. Thankfully, thank God, Seth didn't no-sell this one like he did at Crown Jewel. He tsunamied Seth Rollins through the table. Dominic gets in the ring. He frog splashes Sheamus. Priest breaks it up. He then goes to hit some offense in on Priest. He goes to jump off the top rope and hit Priest with something. Priest catches him in a South of Heaven, and Damian Priest wins, and he's going to be getting a #1 contender match at Gunther for somewhere. They said somewhere down the line. They didn't necessarily say Survivor Series. I don't know if they're going to save this for Saturday night's main event or if they're going to do Saturday night's main event and Survivor Series, but I feel if this was for Survivor Series, they would have said something.
I would feel like it, so I don't think it will be for Survivor Series. So, but we'll see how it goes. You never know. But I feel like you said, I feel like they would advertise that for, the whole night of that match being for Survivor Series. So we'll see what it ends up being or when.
Definitely. It's very, very interesting. It's very interesting nonetheless. But yeah, again, I feel if this was for Survivor Series, they would have just said the #1 contender for Survivor Series. But that was that, man. As I like that they're putting Dominic in the ring with legit people. As again, if you want this guy to be a future piece of your company, he can't just parade around with Liv Morgan all the time. He's eventually going to have to get in the ring and hone his skills to be a legit guy eventually. So I like that we're putting him in the ring a little bit more, man. And because he's got all the fucking charisma in the world. He's got all the character, the charisma in the world. He can talk, but or at least he has his style of talking down, where he's kind of just like this little shithead. He's got that stuff down, bro, but he's just got to get in the ring more with legit guys and get better. And once he does that, man, I think he'll be a future piece to the company like everybody expects him to be, man. But until then, they got to start putting him in the ring more, man. They can't keep having him parade around with Liv a little bit more. But Priest gets the shot, and again, whether it's for Survivor Series or not, that's even if they put Gunther on the Survivor Series card. in the undercard, or not. It remains to be seen, but nonetheless, man, yeah, Damian Priest is number one contender, man. So yeah, looks like Punk won't be getting the match at Survivor Series. So that is what it is. I'm sure they'll find another big date to do it. But yeah, man. So that was Monday Night Raw though.
It's very interesting to see how they're gonna do. The pre stuff's fine. He's a fine, person to go against. And it's very interesting to see how they'll do the punk side of it. So I'm interested, but very, very interesting nonetheless.
For sure, man. And that is everything we have here today for Unscripted, as this has been episode 220 of Unscripted, man. And with that, that is going to do it for this edition of NHP Unscripted. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 220. Thank you guys for joining us here today on this episode of Unscripted. Thank you guys so very much, man, as it is always, always, always a pleasure for my Johnny.
And that's okay.
That is going to do it for this edition of NHP Unscripted. Thank you guys to everybody that came out, man. My guy Naysayers, my man Logan, bro. Thank you guys so very much for joining us. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, please like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you all on Friday with the news.
Peace.